Hey everybody, I'm Gary Palmer Jr., you're you, and welcome to Minting Coins, talking about a lot of cool things on the show today, things in the current news in the world, talking about Coinbase wallet, talking about Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX and being called into Texas, and just chit-chatting about Web3 and the space in general. So thanks for showing up. Thanks for being part of the show. I'm super lagging. I'm gonna have to try to fix that pretty soon here in a minute. But yeah, a lot of interesting things happening in the space, a lot of fun things happening in the space, talking about what's happening and what's going on. Let's see here as I'm just, getting set up, hanging out. Yeah, and just Taco Tuesday, hanging out and live streaming. So let's see here. Almost ready. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm slacking on the show a little bit today. Let me see, like, copy. Yeah, all right. So I'm just like slowing down a little bit because I was supposed to do some things that I didn't do, and I need to get some links out because I forgot to get some links out. But that's okay. Let's see here. Yeah, Novax, what is up?
Gary, how am I coming through? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Right on. So grateful to be here. I wanted to say, man, I've been working on this 100K cap thing all day, doing these layer traits and Excel stuff. I've brushed up on my Excel skills, and I've put the wizard hat back on.
Nice. What are you doing with Excel and the 100K Cat Club?
Well, back in the day, I did a lot of like database management with like really large data sets, 100,000 and above. And so just when you're tooling around in that kind of data, looking for like digit rarity properties, creating isolated list of different traits and then associating them with art layers. So all these opportunities for conflicts and need to identify duplicates. So it's a really interesting challenge, and I'm having a fun time with it.
Yeah, Excel is your best friend. Excel is a good friend to have and to know and to love and to get shit done. So are you working on metadata? Is that part of it?
Yeah, I'm like brute forcing all these lists, and then I'm also kind of like naming all the traits, making sure that they all have a clean, like nice looking name. And then, yeah, you know what's cool though, Gary? Excel really is amazing, especially like for brute forcing, concatenating things and whatever. So much you could do. But man, Python, what SSH matrix was able to do, aka gravitational wave studies, what he was able to do with like one line. I challenged him. I said, yo, I'm stuck, bro. I cannot generate in Excel. I just couldn't use the count if function correctly in the way I have my data set up. I said, can you please get me a list of all 5-digit numbers, everything in the 100K club, for which there are no repeating digits, no repeating ones, twos, threes, zeros, whatever, all original numbers. So like, I want to know how big that data set is, so I can pick the right art trait. I don't want to have it be like a balloon and have it be like 70% of the collection now has a balloon or some crap, right? So I'm like, I can't generate this list to get the supply. I could Google it, but I'm not confirming whether or not those people are right. So let's generate the list. And he did it in 1 beautiful, elegant line of Python. Just send it to me. He said, run this on this website. There's this auto compiler, web-based Python compiler. God, the guy's a real wizard. And then he goes, oops, I didn't get the zero padding. You know what I mean? Because they'll format as just a zero as a number. So the ones that are under 5 digits, like 00001 or whatever. So then he just, amended the line real quick. Just like the guy caught his own mistake, executed it perfectly in one line. He's just a real pro, man.
Yeah, that's really handy to have the someone that's has the Excel skills, right? We always think about coders, and we always think about maybe even like content writers and marketers, but the data analysts and someone that's able to parse that information up and down. But I have to tell you, man, listen, if you're doing metadata, I'm going to tell you what you have to do with the metadata. You ready? Hey, Thread Girl.
Let's go. Hit me up.
Listen, I wish every project did this as a best practice. But let's say you have like you have a black hat, red hat, white hat, right? And then you have 25% of the characters with no hats. When I go to OpenSea, if I want to see someone with a black hat or white hat or a red hat, I can click those buttons, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. What if I want to see an NFT, one of the NFTs that has no hat? No one ever uses the variable none.
You got it, dude. Yeah.
So if you add the variable none, and I want to see, because there's no negative like search filter in OpenSea. If they had a negative one, that'd be great. Like show me everything that has a red hat, show me everything that doesn't have a red hat. But yeah, if I want to find a NFT that has no headwear, there's no option for blank. There's no option for none. And we need that across the board. I mean, that's like a killer feature. It's so easy. No one thinks about adding the zero.
Yo, that is brilliant feedback. And we are definitely going to have null traits for those to identify especially because there's glasses, there's headwear, there's shirts, there's all kind of things that could be not their category. So anyway, I want to welcome Thread Girl to the house. What's up, Thready? How you doing? Did you change your hair? Looking good. What's up?
No, actually, my hair looks like shit. I just saw that you changed the actual background of this. Like we've never had minting coins live on this before now. Yeah.
Yeah. Graphics departments get into work. Yeah, graphics part. Yeah, the graphics are doing good.
Super dope. And hey, Novax. Hey, Gary. Hey, 184, man. I'm here ready to get on with it. And no, I did not change my hair. Looks like shit.
I was just gonna say it looks almost curly or something. Like are you naturally curly or straight hair?
I changed my background though. I'm sitting at the bar now instead of sitting in my room. I thought I would give this the podcast a drinking vibe in a sense, just like be here every day sitting like in a bar, give this a theme.
We saw your bar today. I heard Ada got a video tour, and I saw a couple of photos, and yeah, I was a little jelly. I was thinking, I want to go over Thread Girl's bar.
Man, totally. I sent a video. I was having a drink with my brother, sent her a video like where we're sitting at and shit like that. Told her, man, I'm having a drink at my place, and like the first person that came to my mind is you to send you this video, and like I know you're gonna appreciate this.
Hell yeah. That'd be a great set to do live for Whiskey Wednesday.
Totally.
Whiskey Wednesday live at Thread Girl's bar.
Yeah, I'm into Whiskey Wednesday. I say we keep that. That was fun last week, and I think it'll make a good weekly tradition. Let's do that.
Yeah, we got Whiskey Wednesday, and we gotta think of good themes for Sunday and Thursday. So that's on. We gotta find good words that start with T and S for crypto themed days.
Taco. It's fucking Taco Tuesday. We need to have tacos on Tuesday for real.
Yeah,
It's
who owns
it's
TacoTuesday.eth?
Web3 Taco Tuesday. Yeah, and Taco Tuesday, like Web3 is known for Taco Tuesday. We need to have tacos and margaritas, because I like to have alcohol, obviously.
Margarita Monday. Margarita Monday, Tequila Tuesday, Whiskey Wednesday. I think I'm starting to figure this out.
And Turnt Thursday.
So
Yeah,
what is
there
that
we go.
there, Thready? Camino? Dang, that is legit.
Yeah, real.
Is there a worm in there? Show us the worm. Show the worm. Hey, just to answer your question a moment ago, Gary, TacoTuesday.eth is owned by crypto-currency.eth and is listed for 8 Ethereum. And also, just to give you an update right now, gas is presently 16 Gwei at the moment.
That means we are just on the cusp of ultrasound money.
Yo,
Let's talk about that a bit. Will
Gary.
you introduce everyone to that
No,
concept?
Can we
Oh,
talk
go ahead.
about how much, like, can we cost the government and shit like that?
Can we what? Cuss the government?
Like, yeah.
Those are after show
mean-
words.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how hard you want to go. I mean, we could cut this show short and just go, we could shoot the shit and just like cancel this show and go right into the after show. Yeah, I mean, you can give like a light preview, but we're on YouTube, so there's only so much we can say and do. Oh, Novax is like, screw this, I'm out of here. Thread Girl's about to go unhinged. He doesn't want to be in the screenshot when we're on CNN.
Yo,
Which government?
I tweeted today that I'm gonna be unhinged, right? I gave everyone like how do you say this?
Disclaimer.
Like I told you guys,
Warning.
this is Thread Girl unhinged today. Yeah, a warning. I gave you guys a warning. Thread Girl unhinged.
Yeah, listen, we're not monetized yet, so it's hard, I mean, the thing is this: if we, I mean, I like taking risk, okay, but if we get a content strike, then we won't be able to live stream for a week. So then we'll have to, but that's fine because we could still like record these with just us, and then we can publish them afterward. And I'm crazy like that, so I would do that. And I would still, I could still broadcast everywhere else besides YouTube. So yeah, let's go for it. What do you got to say?
No.
Give us a preview.
We don't want
Give us a preview.
We listen. We don't want that, like this super high caliber, straightforward, right? We want people to be able to keep seeing us talk shit. So we'll go slowly, poquito, until like we get the message. We don't have to send the message like in a super direct way, right? But
Yeah, we could get the Novax is on mute, but yeah, we can get the message out a little bit. I mean, I used to be way unhinged on his channel. Like I used to just so you guys know, like we're doing this together. But I used to just make hour-long videos. Oh, fucking Thread Girl frozen. I used to make like hour-long videos on YouTube and just go off about, all sorts of acronyms. Saying shit I shouldn't be saying, getting my videos demonetized, getting shadow banned, getting deranked. It's rough.
So are you wiser now? And so you've reformed your ways and now you just abide by the rules because you don't have any contrarian views any longer. Or have you created an exodus
from the big tech system. Oh, has Gary frozen finally? No.
Hey,
Okay.
oh, sorry about that. I just yeah. So my views so have my views changed or have I taken an exodus? What was the second part?
Oh yeah, I was just asking if you've been reformed now, if you've been rehabilitated, and you're no longer guilty of wrongthink, or are you just obeying the rules here so you can try and create a little escape hatch for people?
Yeah, no, I am definitely guilty of wrongthink. I wrongthink all the time. I think it's pretty apparent on Twitter sometimes. Yeah, and it's really uncomfortable because, you know, I mean, it's uncomfortable saying things that you know aren't popular, and it's uncomfortable saying things that where you know you're going to get hurt or punished, and it doesn't feel good to, you know, post on Twitter or post on YouTube and then to lose your reach or to lose your voice, you know, to get slapped on the wrist, you know, to not be able to, you know, go to timeout, not be able to speak, go to social media jail, perhaps, you know, lose your voice completely. But it's just so much more painful to not say what needs to be said. You're muted.
Sorry. In a way, we're like almost 3 times as good at targeting, you know, niche audiences with very like milk toast messages and that sort of a thing, because like we persisted through probably the era of some of the most aggressive censorship that I hope we'll ever see, and in doing so, I think we've kind of, I don't know, we gained a new sensitivity to the level of candor that one might bring to these platforms, and sort of just treated it, you know, with a different kind of an ambiance, and just regard it with a little bit less, I don't know, honesty. It's, frankly, you have to be a little bit more reserved, and that's just what it is. We can take the private show quite a bit deeper, though, and so that's kind of the point of the conversation, isn't it? Oh, you're muted, Gary.
Probably for the best. Yeah, holy shit, man. Yeah, you're just gonna make me like get right into it. I mean, yeah, we should save it for the show because there's so much I want to say that I know that I shouldn't. But you know, I guess just to scratch the surface, what can we say? To scratch the surface, you know, it's kind of like when you I don't know about you guys, but back in my day, we would read books like 1984 and Animal Farm and all the George Well classics, and there was a different way that we studied history and communism and McCarthyism and this or that, whatever, you know, Red Scare and propaganda and you know, Gulf of Tonkin and all sorts of things. And I feel like the education that I had, you know, which is like a public school, you know, and but we were sort of like taught to like be aware of, you know, what am I trying to say? Like we were taught not only to be aware of you know, different attack factors as a kid, right, with World War II, with people coming in externally or internally, but we looked back at McCarthyism and Senator, you know, Joseph McCarthy, I think it was, and him accusing everybody of being a communist or Russian, and all the people and all the lives who were destroyed, and you know, and then looking back at, you know, like World War II and fascism, and looking at the people and looking fascism take over, you know, countries as a political thing, and the point is like, as a student, you know, looking back at those things and just thinking, man, how could people fall for the voice of fascism, right? How could people fall for, you know, accusations in the Senate and just say, hey, that person has cooties, you know, and then therefore their entire life was ruined. And then we just see like today's day and age, and you know, either this person is president or that person is president, and things are being said on the news, and there's sort of like little debate, and it just, if anyone says anything, and this is what it comes down to, that maybe you can feel, if anyone says something from an opposite perspective, doesn't matter if you agree with it or you disagree with it, it's sort of attacked, right? And it just creates really little room for dialogue, right? Man, we can get into the after show. You just got to like get better at shutting me up. But
I want to ask you in the after show.
Yep.
I want to ask you about what happened when Brantley had made that famous tweet and everything. I want to hear kind of like,
well, what happened? Well, just to preface, man, what happened when Brantley made that famous tweet was nothing for like 3 years, right? Because he made the tweet, and then 3 years of everyone's life went by perfectly normal. So, but yeah, I know what you mean. What happened when someone dug it up and started pumping it on their show and increased their follower count? Yeah, we can get it. And listen, it's not even a matter of like, and this is what kills me from like a hardcore decentralized Web3 perspective. And we can get deeper into the after show. But what kills me is like, it's not even that I believe like what Brantley believes. It's that there's billions of people in the world who believes what Brantley believes. Billions. And we could like say that's not true, and we could say, well, not all Catholics believe that. Billions of people. I'm pretty sure we can do the math, and we can't just exclude, half of all the people on the planet that believe what this thing, and half of all the people on the planet that believe that thing, and half of all the right. There's only so many halves of the planet you can do before there's nobody left. And in blockchain and Web3, we have to come together, right? It's like, this is about network consensus, and there's bigger fights that we got to fight. And oh man, like we can talk about it on the after show, but it's just, let's just say it like this. There's always a group of people that are going to disagree. If you say that we shouldn't have capital punishment, there's going to be someone that says we should have capital punishment. If you say like, a kid shouldn't get married until they're 18 years old, someone's going to say, well, what if they're 17? Or what if this, or what if that, right? And there's always going to be someone that's going to disagree. And sometimes there's like a small group of people, and they have an unmatched share of the voice, right? And it just creates conflict, and that's what we're seeing with social media. Is more people have more access to more information, and they're realizing there's more than one narrative.
I want to comment. It's kind of unrelated, but peripherally, I just see like this analogous relationship with the 100K Cat project that I'm working on. So I'm sorry but it's true. Like I'm realizing it's the
it relates.
It sincerely does. The edge cases in a project that you're working on, let's say you're having some scope creep and it's getting out of control, and you have these edge cases which account for a disproportionate amount of your time and attention. And you have to really limit those. You can't have everything be a damn edge case, we'll never scale. And so relative to this topic, it's interesting because that was just exactly what I was thinking as you were saying that there's kind of some unmatched voice. There's some disproportionate kind of attention given to some minority voices. I favor the minority all the way down to the individual. I think the individual is the most important minority. And I think that we should really understand people as individuals. I think sort of our gravitation in recent years towards like collectivist thought is probably unhealthy, even though it's maybe well-intended. I think it's probably had some adverse effects, clearly.
You don't want to shun somebody because if you like vanilla, you don't want to shun somebody because they like chocolate, and maybe you're somebody that believes in UFOs, or maybe you're someone that doesn't believe in UFOs, right? But you have and there's this new show on Netflix called Ancient Apocalypse, and you watch the show, and I think no matter what you believe, I think we can agree that the show is really entertaining. It's a really entertaining show. And maybe you like agree with the end theory of this ancient apocalypse theory, and maybe you don't. I mean, all like most science like agrees there's this event, but in terms of like some of the bigger, wilder conclusions, maybe you agree or maybe you don't. But if you disagree with the opposite, that doesn't mean you want to shun those people out of your village, right? You don't want to be like, wow, you're like such a whack that you believe this is true, or oh my God, you're such a whack that after all this evidence that he clearly presented, you're still a naysayer. And you get so frustrated that you cut those people out of your life, and you stop communicating, and it just makes you more lonely. It makes you weaker. It makes you less. Because to your point, you want to decrease into what we were talking about the other day with the Ethereum Foundation theme for DevCon, which was subtraction and taking away things from your business so you can focus on core principles and keeping yourself decentralized, right? When we're focusing our focus, we want to focus on less, so then we could do more and the thing, have more attention and make what we're working on better, right? And we want to make that one thing better for the community. But to have maximum success, to have maximum effect, you do want to have the largest community possible. You want to have as many people using your fax machine possible, as many people using your internet system as possible, as many people using your Google search engine, whatever your thing. You want the more people that are connected on your system, on your product, on your network, the better, the stronger the system's going to be. I mean, Twitter is awesome because everybody's on Twitter. And if they want to be in part of the conversation, they can jump on, but the vast majority of people are on Twitter. You start a brand new app. It's just, you guys know it's hard to move people to a new network. It's hard to move people from records to CDs. It's hard to move people from meeting on the phone and meeting in the office to meeting on Zoom. And the pandemic did this massive 10-year acceleration of that sort of behavior. But
you're really going to just skip past cassettes like that? Just
Dude.
go right from vinyl to CDs without even mentioning the cassette? The best.
If I do cassettes, then I got to do 8 tracks, and then, then we get into VHS
Mini
and
disc.
Max, and then it's like, what about Blu-ray?
Remember like the 2 weeks in which mini disc players were cool? Remember those little things?
Yeah, with the mini CDs?
It was like, yeah, they're mini disc.
Or the mini cassette. Mini cassette or the mini disc?
Yeah, they were a mini cassette. It was like a disc. It looked like a 3.5-inch floppy disk, honestly. It was about the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
For music.
Man, zip drives. Remember zip drives? They were like the 3.5-inch floppy, but it was extra thick. It was like a super thick 3.5-inch floppy. It was called the zip drive.
Computer lab, bro. Computer lab day.
Computer lab. It was like a bagel size compared to a slice of bread.
Wait, do you remember the very large? I can't remember what they're called now. Called laser disc. Okay, it was like pre-CD technology. I was in 3rd grade, and the computer lab teacher brought this disc. It was looked like the size of a vinyl record. You know what I mean? It was like 22 inches.
Oh. Yeah,
but it was like a CD. It was like shiny like a CD. It had a hole in the middle to spin it. And she was like, "Behold, this is the future." Laser disc. And everyone in the class said, "Oh, laser disc. Oh, the laser beams up and reads it." This was in the early 90s, I think.
Yeah, it just had to be like an early CD or something. But
looking back, the early 90s didn't feel that archaic, did they?
Archaic? I mean, the 90s felt revolutionary.
Yeah.
The 90s felt like free. The 90s was like an age of like boundaries and exploration and wonder, the 80s I think was really hard because people were coming off the Cold War. And then I think it was, 1988 to 1992 that, the wall fell, right? Was it 88 or was it 92? That the wall fell.
88 sounds right, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. And yeah, so it's just and so then you get into the 90s, you get Saturday morning cartoons, you get 90s music, grunge music, back in my day when rap was good. Yeah, man, it was a good time. I mean, if you think about the 90s, right, and then you think even into the early 2000s when we had early YouTube, right? I mean YouTube was in the 90s, but like early YouTube, I was thinking like early YouTube, early Netflix, when you could literally, it was basically like a Pirate Bay. You could find any show on YouTube. You could find any show, any movie on Netflix, like literally anything. It was a wild west of like anything you wanted to watch. It was like totally illegal. It was like we were watching Netflix and we were like, this is so illegal, right? Like being back from the Napster days. You guys use Napster. You guys use LimeWire.
Hang on, slow down, Gary. You're hitting way too many cool things all at once.
It's all
I got to say, I'm calling it on the hour. We're going to the unrestricted show on the hour.
Excellent. Thread Girl, welcome back. It's nice to have you here. Are you still at the bar? You look like you've changed venues. Did you have to secure some electricity?
No. Okay, guys, do you want to hear why I changed the background? Please say yes. Put thumbs up, because I really want to talk about it. So I live in such a shitty country that we have electricity about like 4.
Albert.
All right, so we're gonna take a fund from the members section pool, and we're gonna try to get some Starlink or something for Thread Girl.
I remember in 2006 or 7, maybe 2008, somewhere in there, I was out on a sailboat with my employer in Santa Barbara, and it was a 38-foot Hunter. It's a beautiful boat. And I had this web book. It was like one of the first web books. I got it from Costco. And I had a smartphone that could act as a tethering device. And it was my first time experimenting. And I started playing Netflix out at sea, and everyone was like, how are you doing this? And I was just like, yes. I felt like I had unlocked like some secret of the universe, but those were kind of really early tech days. Like, it's strange because it felt like we had already arrived there. I don't know. It always feels like we're more advanced than we are in the present moment. Like, looking back, it's like,
talking about tech days, I'm gonna say this before I get to again, okay? Because people feel so fucking privileged. And that, like, yeah, we have electricity 24/7. Like, it's a fucking guaranteed thing, okay? I live in a place where in the fucking summer, I have 2 hours of electricity, right? And now, because the government was too nice, because there is fucking elections happening, by the way, this is why I'm getting like 4 to 6 hours of electricity. But like, because literally when I say I'm grateful for crypto and I'm grateful for ENS, and people think, oh, like she sold an ENS domain and went on a fucking vacation. No, I didn't go on a fucking vacation. I bought fucking UPS for my home, so now I can be with you, okay? But I can't connect it to all my home, right? So where I was, it was in the fucking living room, right? And in the living room, like, I had legit electricity, but that when the electricity went off, I had to come to my bedroom because this is where I installed the UPS, so I can be fucking online. And you guys cannot believe how shitty that shit is, for real. Like, when I got disconnected, all I wanted to do was get on this show and talk about it. Fucking messed up as shit. But yeah.
When are the elections? When are the elections?
Well, we had the how do we say this? The like, not presidential elections. The other
Parliament.
one. Yeah, the parliament election very soon, and now we're having the presidential elections, and this is when things get heated up. And like for real, you know, in front of my fucking house, maybe the road won't be like legit road until the election comes. That's when the government would make it a legit road, so we vote for them. You know, so bro, like when I got disconnected, it was I had no idea I didn't have electricity at home because I was looking at the screen, you know, and you're seeing that you have lights on and shit like that. And then you see, oh fuck, my battery went off because fucking legit no electricity. And it's not that we don't, we have the government's electricity, right? And then we have the generators, which they get paid as well to give us electricity when the government isn't giving us electricity. Because by the way, the government just gives us electricity like 2 hours per day at most, but it's the generators that cover the rest of the time. So when I say 6 hours, it's like 4 hours private corporations giving us electricity, and the rest is the government, fucking 2 hours at most. And then I have to pay money to install a private generator at my personal home and get fucking suffocated, and like to pay for the oil, it's like insane. So I'm not gonna do that obviously, because why the fuck would I need that? Like I only need my laptop, right, and the router. So I have to get like couple of UPS machines. Man, how crazy is it to talk about this? We're in fucking like the 20th century and we're talking about this kind of shit. Like, how crazy is that? And people don't get that they can have this any time of the, like, you don't know how soon it's gonna happen to you, you know? Fucking so upset. Sorry, Gary. I had to like take this
Yeah,
off.
we feel your pain, Thread Girl. Thank you for sharing that with us. Don't apologize. Somebody, did you see the comment Gary shared? It came up. TK said, I remember having the same thing, those situation when I was in India. Prayer emoji, hands emoji. Thank you, TK. Yeah, I'm sorry that you had to deal with that too, man. That's what's so great about Web3 is getting to know and see each other's perspective and experience like with you in real time what you're going through. Like, thank you for sharing it.
Yeah, fucking insane, man. And like, if I wasn't in the living room today, I wouldn't have got that upset because I got like, I know I have my, like, you know how you would get yourself covered, right? You know, this is your job, you work online, you would figure things out yourself. And if you don't do that, like, what the fuck are you doing, right? It's it's on me to figure that out. I get it, but like, I was sitting in the living
It's not
room.
just you.
Yeah, yeah, but I said like, fuck it. Yeah, I'll have a show from the living room. I like the view. I had a cool place for myself. Why not like be there, and then you get fucking dragged out of hell. Shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I
That's crazy. Well, yeah, I was going to say, I'm glad you have somewhere to talk about it. And I'm glad that we can talk about it. And I want to talk about it a lot more because I'm really interested in these things that are happening around the world and how they're, you know, happening in other places too. Because, you know, there's Lebanon where this is happening. And then in America, right? America is like, you know, well, what do they say? Best place in the world. Streets are made of gold. I don't know if they still say that. Everybody has food. Everybody has a house. Everybody has.
I live in America my whole life. I've never heard anyone say the streets are paved with gold here, but that could be a perspective of a developing country. Like
No, from not Americans.
Yeah.
You know, they think when not Americans. No, we live here. Shit sucks. No, but non-Americans are like, yeah, this, the proverbially, like our grandparents, the streets are made of gold. Everybody has high-speed internet. Everybody has a house. Everybody has food. But 6% of Americans in America do not have high-speed internet. Right? Like there's millions, like tens of millions. I think it's like 19, 20 million Americans in America that don't have broadband, internet. There's kids, right, in America, just America. I mean, obviously the whole world, but there's kids in America that they go to school, they see their math teacher, they see their science teacher, they see their English teacher, they have their school books, they go home, right? There's kids that do that in New York, there's kids that do that in Wyoming and Montana and everywhere. But the kids in, the cities, those kids can go online and they can watch YouTube videos. The kids in the cities, they can go online and they can look at like all these websites, boom, 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 website. But there's 20 million Americans, 6% of the population, plus probably like a lot more around. It's crazy. What's up, Thread Girl? Thread Girl.
Novak. Yeah. Sorry. I was like just unmuting myself. But about that. I used to work in a school before I got into Web3, right? And then COVID happened. And the main issue was, like, in the state, what's like the biggest issue? Oh, we're gonna teach from home. Oh my God. Okay, the main issue here, we're not able to teach from home because a lot of people, like, even if you have electricity, which you don't. I'm not gonna say 99% you don't have electricity. Once you have electricity from 8 to 2, in the time that school is, right? And school is like from 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. here. So, like, and even if you manage to have electricity, the connection fucking sucks. Gary, how many shows I'm here with you? Like minimum 2 times. How many times do I get drugged, man? How many fucking times, right? How can a student be able to keep up with his church, this kind of connection? And trust me, I'm perfectly able to pay for have like the maximum best kind of life I have here, right? Not everyone, and I'm grateful for it. Not everyone can have fucking UPS system built in his house to be online, right? That's 1% of the people, and I'm fucking grateful. But the people, what can they do, right? And even if they can do that, like you don't know, we have the most expensive data in the fucking world. Go Google it. The most expensive. We have the most expensive 3G. If you need to connect to 3G and have like the minimum of data possible, you have to pay a man's salary, man. Can you imagine this? And I'm not talking like shit or overblowing things. You guys can go Google it, check out what the average salary is, and check out what's the average data internet, like how much that costs, and it costs that much. Like, can recharge their children's cellular's phone for that much. Oh, and by the way, I totally get, like, you guys buy phones and you get data with it or whatever, or so I've heard. We don't have that, right? So you have a phone, that's one thing, and then you have to pay for the internet and how much you wanna call people. Like, we have the most expensive shit and the most shittiest. Like, we're not getting good quality from how much you're paying for. So yeah, if you're talking about uh, a lot of people don't have 3G or whatever, man. Go to the suburbs or like villages of Lebanon. They don't have even fucking internet, like legit Wi-Fi or 3G. They don't have that at all to begin with. And that's like how fucked up of a country can that be? But like it's not the country, right? It's the politicians.
It's the absence of
Worldwide
telecoms.
political affairs.
You
That's
can.
that.
There's an opportunity too, though, Thread Girl. You could be the next, telecom mogul of Lebanon, and you see the opportunity, lay down the copper.
Novax, Novax, Novax. Don't ever think that in a country like this, and fuck, I'm gonna say it like fuck it. Don't ever think that in a country like this, you can make someone out of yourself or be in charge of high business corporations run by the government and they would let you go for it. And I'm not saying, oh, they're gonna tell you, no, please don't do it. No, bro, you're gonna disappear from the face of the fucking earth. That's what will happen, right? Because the telecom companies, the I don't know, all that shit. Who is it?
When
Who
they
do
say
you
they're going to
think
kill the
runs that shit?
competition, you know, they
Yeah,
really kill. They really, it doesn't
They
matter if it doesn't
like
matter if
they
it's Silicon
really.
Valley. It doesn't matter if it's Silicon Valley or if it's Texas and Austin or if it's New York or if it's around the Mediterranean. They crush it. They kill it. They annihilate their competition.
Yeah, but here they would actually kill the competition. Like,
You're the most interesting person, Thread Girl, because you live amidst very difficult circumstances in a country that you frequently complain about, but also fiercely love and will never leave. And so I think there's a contradiction and an internal struggle that you must face with that always.
you want me to tell you why? Gary, 184. Are you guys interested to know why I fiercely love this country? With
Yes.
all the shit, with all its shit, man. We live in a like life is a fucking chessboard, right? And the rulers are cheating in the game. Obviously, they're running the game. They're cheating. They're playing like wink wink shit. So in this country, on this chessboard, I can cheat as well, and I can have a upper hand one way or another with cheating, of course. I'm not saying that's cool or that's like healthy for my government or my country or whatever, but I'm saying I can do that. In any other country, I cannot do that. So I'd rather have the upper hand by playing their game instead of not being able to do that and being in a foreign country, and you know what I mean.
I I guess so. I think you're being a little bit deliberately vague, but probably
It sounds like what I'm hearing you say is that it's cooler to be a bigger fish in a crazy pond as opposed to a small fish in a well regulated pond.
Oh,
Boom.
totally, Totally. And add to that, Gary, that when you're a native of this country, right? Gary, like I'm not gonna say I come to your country. I'm gonna tell you, you come to my country. Try to do any government papers or whatever. Are you gonna be able to do that better than
Yes.
I do? No, because
Oh, I don't
I'm
know
a
about better.
native.
I mean, I know,
I know
I
how things.
I
Yeah,
know how to
I
partner with
know.
Thread Girl, and I know how to get shit done.
Yeah. But that's it. You need to partner with me, right? Because I know how shit gets done here. And if I go to your country, you know how shit gets done in your country.
You know
But
what's good about America? There's zero corruption, none at all, never, not one
no,
drop. Yeah, nothing is
no,
corrupt in America.
no,
Yeah, that sounds
no.
right.
I argue
Suck that
that
algorithm.
there is corruption anywhere, but either you're high enough on the ladder to be able to
Yeah,
like
no
get
corruption because it's
this.
more of a
Or,
premium in America. Yeah,
yeah,
you gotta like be a blue check mark to even pay for the corruption in America.
exactly. I'm a blue check mark here. I'm not saying like I have a shit ton of money or shit ton of connection, but I manage, right? I manage. I have my connections. I have my people who owe me favors or whatever, right? And yeah, I can get shit done here, and I'd rather be here for the rest of my life in this shithole and be able to get shit done my way than have to beg people any other part of the universe to get my shit done for me.
Thread Girl, absolutely love your refreshing candor. It's awesome. The passion is there. It's great. And back to something from before, whatever there's a few people listening or will listen that maybe have some similar circumstances. Them and to you, whatever your circumstances are on a daily basis in a recurring way, thank you for being here. You are valued. You are appreciated. We're probably not going to understand the extent to which those circumstances are tolling, but keep sharing. And again, you're valued, appreciated. Love the candor. Thank you.
But don't share so much in case, like 184 said, people are listening.
I think she did a good. I'm still confused about what she meant about a few things there. And now I fill in the blanks too with my imagination. So now I have it in my mind that Thread Girl is like a ringleader of a gang where she is at some high level racketeering. I see her as like the Joker though now. She's like embraced the corruption. She's like, if you can't beat him, join him. So I'm not sure exactly what I was intended to take away, but that's kind of where my brain went with it.
And wasn't there a section about fishes, like sleeping with the fishes? There was something going on there as well. There's this mentality happening.
Isn't that
Okay.
Italy? Those are
No,
Italians.
I feel this is turning into a
Fuck, we need the after show, people.
Yeah. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Should I answer this right now? Should I keep it for the after show? Gary, what do you think?
Keep it. Hold it back.
No. I can't hold back, but I feel this is turning into a good interview. I fucking love a good interview. So I'm gonna tell this to you. It's not if you can't beat them, join them. Never ever. I would never ever join them. But if you can't beat them, get into their game, because if you can't beat them, you're obviously playing on the opposite direction. So, in my opinion, and what I learned, and mind you, no facts, I've been in real life street revolution, right? I know what I'm talking about, bro. If you can't beat them, know their game, get into it, and not join them, but beat them in their own game, because that's the only way you can beat them. Anyway, that's the only anyone who thinks they can beat the fucking system, being blunt opponent to the system, but will not win anything and will not do anything ever, 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 because they're smarter than you. They got more resources than you. They got more money than you, and they got more network, a better network than you. And like, how can you beat someone with the only four components of life? This is life, right? Network, wealth, uh, knowledge, and a fucking mindset to beat them. So you can beat them by being an opponent of them. But
I like that. You got network, net worth, and net knowledge.
yeah, network, net worth, and net knowledge for real. So I'm playing their game and like living my life in their game and hopes that I know I'm not gonna beat them, but maybe my grandchildren will beat them, and that's enough for me. I'm a realistic person. I know change doesn't come in a year or two or three or five or six or seven, and I learned this the hard way. Change comes in generations, fucking generations, one generation after the other fighting for the same thing. That's how change will come, and I'm good with it. And
Powerful.
yeah, I'm in Lebanon. Someone in the comments.
Generation, the change will come one generation after another, fighting together for the same thing. Man,
I'm the biggest fan of Thread Girl. That was amazing.
I love you, Novax.
yeah, that's crazy. That's really cool. Just to like be faced with that, and then just to still be fighting, and then to be, presenting your story and just like talking about it and just, being in the moment. Yeah, really just appreciate you going off and at the same time withholding enough to not get us canceled.
This
But
season of life is the best ever. Before you segue over, I just want to say that as you have this knowledge and this like depth of maturity of experience, having been a freaking revolutionary and all this stuff, like in my life, I've had some experiences in activism where I got like too into the struggle and it consumed me, You gain the wisdom of understanding that it's a game of scale, and you can't, everything can't be a fight. Otherwise, the fight you've already lost, because the fight is for your peace. The fight is to establish your safety and your security. And if you lose that in the fight, if it's not necessary to lose it, it's unfortunate. So we have to, whatever battles we take on, like to whatever extent it's possible, we can never lose our peace. That's the hardest thing and the longest lesson.
Oh no, Vax. I lost my peace a long time ago. And yeah, that's long gone, buddy. I'm just like hardcore fighter right now, but smart. Smart in the way I fight. I'm not as shit, guys, okay? But I'm smart in the way, like, when it comes to revolution, yeah, I'm smart about that, I feel.
So I got to come from a different angle here, and allow this to be what it is. I actually think it's probably good that you've got 4 hours and now 6 hours worth of electricity, because I just don't think people can handle any more of that. I think we really need to kind of work our way up. I don't think people could handle 24 hours of Thread Girl. So I'm thankful for 6 hours.
I feel you. Me too, to be honest.
Man, just wait. This world better watch out, because one day Thread Girl is going to have 24/7 internet, and it's going to be a new world when that happens.
I'm coming to crush the shit out of things. If I have 24 hours internet, No, not you, not you.
Save
No,
something.
Gary,
Save
Gary, I
something for
love
the
you. I
after
love
show.
you. I'm saying I'm coming to crush the shit out of things, like in general, if I have 24 hours of internet. Like, if bro, ENS updates. I've been in every ENS update show the last 2 weeks. I swear to you guys, I can't hear a thing. Like, I'm just there to support and retweet, but the connection is so bad that, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I can't fucking explain it. You won't believe me. I swear you won't believe me. I text Cav, and he sends me like a request to join as a speaker, and I would text him saying, "Bro, I'm just here to support. I swear I can't hear anything, man, that's happening. But I want to be there because maybe if people see me there, they will join as well, and I want to like support as much as I can in everything. But yeah, sometimes I have shitty
It's so
connections.
awesome that you know what I mean. That I mean, it's cool that you're in a place where you even have access to what you have access to. But at the same time, with all that adversity, it's forged someone who is passionate and knowledgeable, someone who's respected and listened to, and someone who understands, these difficult situations. And not only someone that understands the difficult situations, but someone who has the balls, if I can say that, to speak up and to speak out for what matters. Just don't let your adversaries crush their competition too much. You got to say enough under the radar, or have a good enough net knowledge, or good enough network, or good enough net worth.
Bro, that's what's up, Gary. For real, like you wonder maybe how do you and I connect so much, and like what's the common point of me, you, 184, and Novax. Like, what connects them? What connects us, right? You're in USA, 184 in fucking Europe, Novax, God knows where he is. I'm fucking Middle East. What connects us? What connects us is our experiences in life that brought us to the same and mindset, that is, we need decentralization because we don't trust what the institutions and the governments are doing anymore, right? And I swear, okay, I'm gonna tell you one, Gary. I took a lot of your show. I know you want to go on with, like, I know you prepared tabs and
No,
stuff
no,
like
no.
that.
Fuck the tabs. Like technically, I want to go
Real?
over these articles. So I want to go over these articles just so in case somebody ever looks at this video in the future, I just don't want it to be false advertising. So we just gotta like look at the articles, right? It's like show the oven the steak. Like it's so rare. You're just showing the lamb to the oven. And
Okay, okay. But before we do that, I'm gonna give you the mic in a second. Bro, I'm holding the mic hostage. But anyways, last thing, the reason, like, I literally said this one other time on a space that um whatever like happened, or I talk about, or the shit that you hear me talk about, that you like, oh my god, I can't believe like people are living like this fucking, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm super grateful because thing, and like banks screwing us, the government, all that got me to where I am, and to appreciate Web3, and to appreciate DeFi, crypto, centralization, to appreciate it is. I'm gonna say this in every single show of yours, Gary. For many people, then it's like they can get into it, they cannot. Maybe they're just trading it, day trading it, whatever. For me, it's a must, and I so fucking appreciate that it's a must for me, no matter how like hard it might get or whatever. But because this is what gonna get me where I'm getting 5 years from now. And we're gonna have this video 5 years from now and we're gonna watch it, right? And yeah, this is this is it. Now let's get
Yeah,
to the tabs.
I do like that about this crew, is that we're all sort of you know, in it for the tech. I mean, we all need to, you know, make money. We all need to take care of ourselves and our communities. But we're not here all getting together for the purpose of you know, shilling exchange links and charts and ICOs. You know, we're not pumping between, and we're not posting stupid shit on Twitter like, hey guys, what do you think is going to be, you know, the next best thing, you know, I don't know, like Ethereum, Solana, or Cardano. You know what I mean? It's like that because we have to push the next chain or the next coin, or like we want to get someone on our show and they use Solana. It's like, no, you could talk about ENS, you could talk about Web3, you can talk about the revolution and how all these pieces fit together, right? And because we want to learn about these things, we want to learn about these pieces, we want to put them together, we want to see what we can break apart and build back. And yeah, and if that's something that, you know, you want to see more of, then, you know, subscribe to this video, like this video. And yeah, I had a rough start in the beginning of the show. I like I don't know what happened. I missed the steps of like sharing the links and wasn't like super prepared with the opening. Forgot to do a couple pitches. But we're working on it. I'm working on it. We're getting better.
Let's set the stage right for you then. I'm going to hand you the mic, Gary, as though I'm going to set you up to do the 1 minute pitch of the Minting Coins members. Okay. Gary, in 3, in 2, in 1, and roll.
Hey, everybody. I'm Gary Palmer Jr. You're you. Holy shit. And together, we are Minting Coins. Talking about a lot of great things on the show, including Texas calling Sam Bankman-Fried to the FTX hearings, Coinbase stopping support from Coinbase wallet for Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, Stellar, XRP. But we have a lot to get into. We have some great people to get into it with. But before we do, like this video, comment in this video, subscribe, hit the bell icon notification. But beyond all that, visit us at mintingcoins.com. Check us out, become a member, get special access to our members only shows, our members only forum, our members only content. You can help support us, support Web3, so we can, you know, continue coming back and delivering this content that we love delivering. On the show, we have a few guests joining us. 184 Novak's, Thread Girl, and way fashionably late, so late here for the late
Gway,
show.
man,
Gway,
in
motherfucker.
the house.
You missed the pre-show. You missed the pre-show.
Yo, I missed the pre-show. I missed the Sunday show. I missed a couple shows last week. What Gwayman was doing was staying up too late, not getting enough sleep, and taking care of himself. And then he was going to work, and it was hell. So I had to do a little bit of a breather and find some time management. And I felt really bad about it, but I just kind of had to do it. And then I popped in here late tonight. I was having some good combos in another area, and I was like, shit, man, I got to get in there. I had to make sure I popped in. I still got to give the baby a bath. I still got to do a few things, but I had to show up. So I'm happy I'm here. I got a new MacBook, so you guys, I don't have the whole setup.
Yeah. Is it studio time, man? What's the music setup looking
So
like?
so I got the new MacBook, bro. I just bought this new interface, and now I just need to knock the dust off. But I did some upgrading. I wasn't really financially ready to do, but I did it, and then now I just get to yeah, I'm gonna try to make the most of it. So I'm here on the new book, and I don't have my whole setup going just yet. So I'm going straight off the MacBook for now. But I'm happy to be
You
here,
look
man.
good and you sound good.
Well, awesome. I missed you guys. What up, 184? I know we don't talk much on Twitter. I talk to these other guys a lot, especially Novax and Thread, but haven't seen you, bro. It's good to see you. And I got some exciting news too. I'm sorry. I bought one of the hats, so my hat will be here very soon. I got on it.
What'd you get? Quayman.eth?
Yeah, I got the Gwayman. And don't tell the wifey, but I got her one for Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Most
So no
definitely.
digits though. I mean, look at 184 digit hat, Gary digit hat. I'm gonna get my 5-digit hat. 42059, homies.
I can't seem to hold a digit, bro. If you see me here with a new digit tonight. I've done a lot of digit trading and a lot of bouncing things around, but I got a digit now. The wifey has a digit. She has a digit that's connected to her PFP, and I just have a digit that I thought was cheap. So yeah, I can't commit to one
Wayman,
digit.
congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats on the higher digits, like 69. It's NFT culture, right? 6912. Congrats on that.
Thank you. The floor was like
For real.
the floor was 1.25 and it was at 1.7, and I just said I can't leave it sitting there. It looks too good, and I think I made a good move though.
You did.
There's only 300, right? 69s in the 10K collection possible.
I didn't even do the math.
Pretty sure that's right. So well played.
That makes sense. My bad, 184. We kind of cut you off, bro. How you been?
No, man, good to see you, and well done on changing your setup, upgrading your setup for work, for play, for everything. That's awesome. Like that's a fun time, and clearly you have plans, so that's cool. Good to see you.
Yo, but I need to get my hat. Come on. Nobody
you-
Get the hat. Get the hat.
It was like 30
I'm
bucks.
gonna get the hat. I'm gonna get the hat. I need it. Like I'm always wearing a hat because I'm not fixing my hair before the show. I need the fucking hat.
Okay, well, we all need to get the hats. Just so you guys know, I heard there's only 1,000 of those hats. So I would get on it if you're gonna do it. I would do it. And I hate to be such a spoiler, like, or not. I don't know, not a spoiler, but yeah, I feel like a hungry hippo. Don't tell anybody, but like, I heard there's only 1,000 of these hats, right? And I bought like, I don't know, like 15 or 20 or some crazy number of them. So now there's like less. So now there's like less than 1,000. So you need to get on the hat action.
I almost did the digit, and I was really contemplating putting machine gun.eth on a hat because that one just sounds dope.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Think about like some like I was looking at my names. I was like, oh man, that'd be a cool hat to have.
Bro, there are two names.
I was like, I wonder
really
if I could sell my
need to have.
name, my grail with the hat.
There are two names that really. Oh. Go ahead.
What's your
go ahead,
second name?
Raymond.
You go ahead.
What's your best hat? Yeah,
I'm
it was a good
seeing that-
question. What's your best hat domain? Like, I never thought of my domains in that context, and now I am. So, what do you guys think is your best hat-worthy domain?
Bro, my best hat is definitely gonna be threadgirl.eth, right? Because anything else is up for sale, obviously. But threadgirl is my brand, right? But I was saying there are two names that I really want. One is AK-47 and the other one is fucking Machine Gun. Gwayman, I'm getting this from you. I texted Gwayman, told him, listen, but I know that you're gonna price it high right now, a bit high, right? And I totally like know that it's worth a lot, right? You're not like rugging me or whatever. But if anyone comes and tells you, listen, I want to buy this, come tell me first, because maybe I'll tell you, okay, I'll sell my house and get it. Machine Gun, fucking epic.
Yo, the last thing on the hats, right? When I was picking mine, I noticed you have to be the controller of the ENS name if you want to get the hat right. Now, I'm not telling anybody to do this, but just my brain went here with
I
it.
thought about it.
You thought about it, you say you.
Yeah, but then I was thinking, I don't want to wear a hat where if someone sends money or something, they look it up and I'm not the owner.
Well, this was my thinking, right? Say I get machine gun on my hat, and there's only a limited supply of these hats, and you can only get the hat if you hold you're the controller. Say I hold machine gun for a couple years and I sell it in 2 years for a couple ETH. Take the name, blah blah blah. Well, I also have this hat that I never wore that is the only one with that name on it.
Oh, right.
Maybe if you want to work something out for that, I could send you that one too. And if not, you get to keep it in. It's your proof of past ownership.
Yo, I got another idea too, bro. Subdomains, okay, because you can make people a controller of that, right? But also, like, what about having like the subdomain undies and then the TLD pants, or the subdomain shirt and the TLD sweater? Wrap it. It's just so many options.
Yeah, but that's not the official ENS merch, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, official.
So there's only 1,000 official ENS merch hats.
But
they might restock the store, but these initial hats are what they are,
Genesis.
The Genesis, yeah, that's what it is.
They really are. They really are. Yeah, and I did that exact thing, man. Like I'll tell you in the after show what some of the names were, but yeah, I took some of my grails and I totally got the hat too. I was like, I'm gonna do that.
It's really tough.
This hat.
We've done a massive disservice to ourselves with the names that we have, because for me, I don't know what other name I could have. I could do what you do and I could put my grails on a hat, and I think I know what you're getting at, but I don't know what my backup is. I don't think I can have a different hat. I got good names that are better than this number, but I can't wear any of them. It just
no. You don't
right.
wear them. You don't wear them. You just buy them and then you store them away until someday you gotta go. It's like, ever see Indiana Jones and
hoard them?
Yeah, like you gotta put them in a factory back somewhere where you gotta get a lot of paperwork to get them. What's up, Thread Girl?
She's right.
Yeah, but 184. Okay, you're rapping.
Almost. You're
You're
a thread away.
You're holding on by a thread.
Yeah, turn off your video for a second. Maybe that'll save you.
I could do 100 I could do 100 184 hats, chuck them out there, and hope someone sends money to them. Maybe that's the plan.
I don't think the merch of non-owned
184 as your name. You're wrapping 184 as your name. How much would you sell that for? It's your brand, not only 3 digits.
Yeah. I was having this chat with my wife, and she told me I couldn't sell it. But there are 2 logics I have, which is 4x the price is clearly like you got to have some figure in mind, right? So 4x the price is I'd be stupid not to.
Those are rookie percentages in this racket.
4x the, let's say it's 50 a piece. So that's 200. That's 200. I'm not talking about what I spent on it. I'm talking about what, say, a floor was. And a little while ago, let's say
you're saying like 100 ETH.
I'm saying not today's floor, because today's floor is fleeting. Let's say an adjusted 6 months. So that's like 200. I'd be stupid not to. And yes, between 100 and 200 with today's prices, I'd be stupid not to. But my other view is that this is and I don't mean to be what's the word, whatever the word is, rude about it. It's this is my cancer hat. It's like, if something happens in the family, if something happens where I need the money, it's okay, I sell it. I'm not going to care what I sell it for. The price goes up and down. I just know that this is, I'm referring to my hat, my number. I just know this is my safety. And I think that's the great thing you can do if we're tying it back to ENS, names, grails, and things like that, and any investment you have, which is, you've got to do what you've got to do to be liquid at different times. You've got to do what you do to look after your family, the base, everything. But there are some things that you just don't need to consider selling until it either hits that right price or hits that reason, that more important reason, which is I got to protect my family or protect myself or whatever it is. Your health and all that matters. But until then, it's a fun ride, and I don't think you'd let me on if I had like a different number. I mean, this is the number. I wouldn't be allowed on this show.
Yeah, imagine this guy walks up with like 6912. We get out of here, bozo.
Yeah, imagine coming on the show and not having a number hat at all.
Well, I'm working on it. I'm working on it over here. All right. I'm working.
I'm making fun. I'm kidding. Obviously, it's not the case. Yeah, that's cool. Well, hey, let's just talk about it real quick. Did you guys hear the Coinbase wallet is going to stop supporting Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum Classic and Stellar and XRP because there's low usage on the Coinbase wallet? They're saying that's going to go through on December 5th. Your funds are still going to be fine on the address. It is like a blockchain wallet. It is, it's so confusing because you have Coinbase, the thing that normal people use, and you have Coinbase, the advanced exchange, and then you have Coinbase, the blockchain wallet. So many different things called Coinbase. But they just put this notice out today that these coins are going bye-bye. And it looks like they're all up in this Cointelegraph page. But yeah, what do you guys think about those? Just another day? And back to focusing on Ethereum and ENS?
Bro, come on. How fucking centralized can you be to drop coins just because they're having low usage? Like that's...
Well, they're definitely centralized. Yeah,
what?
Coinbase is definitely centralized.
Yeah, but this is like taking it to a different extreme, man. Like they're dropping...
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm my website, like if I'm developing software, yeah, I mean, if Web3 domains or if minting coins, yeah, I mean, that sounds kind of cool. Minting coins wallet. I want a minting coins wallet. It sounds like it's just going to produce money. Yeah, no, it's not going to do that. But yeah, say if I was making a minting coins wallet and I did it on like, say we did it on Ethereum, and I had a co-founder and they just like forced us to like, I mean, I don't think I wouldn't allow this to happen in the first place. But let's just say, right, we were doing it on Solana. I don't know. Like I just can't imagine myself doing that. But yeah, if you're working on a technology, like if you have a wallet, I'm trying to justify this for myself because I know it's garbage. If I was making a wallet and if I had customers that told me, the XRP army is attacking me and they're like, Gary, you have this minting coins wallet and we want this wallet. We want to be able to receive XRP at this wallet too. And there was so many people and it was going to be a lot of downloads, and I made a business case, be like, hey, this isn't our main thing, but sure, there's also going to be a Bitcoin wallet. There's going to be an XRP wallet. There's going to be an Ethereum wallet. So if the market tells me to do that, and then the market goes away because their overall project, sucks, and I knew it sucked, but it brought me customers, and now it no longer is bringing me customers. Yeah, I'm a centralized wallet maker, and I'm telling my people, it's like, hey, so it's like, I don't want to shit on, because this could be like anybody's like small app, you know what I mean? And the Coinbase wallet's not a decentralized, your wallet's like your keys are generated in a decentralized way, but the people making a software, it's like the Rainbow wallet. Like the Rainbow wallet gets a lot of love. Huge ENS DAO holder. But the Rainbow wallet, they are a private company. I
love Rainbow.
This doesn't ring right. Yeah. Sorry, Greg, go ahead.
I was gonna say I love Rainbow, and I don't know too much on the back end of it, but I'll tell you what, as far as like a user interface and user friendly, I love Rainbow. Like it's amazing, I think.
Yeah, no, I also love Rainbow.
I've not used Rainbow, but Gary, I just want to say quickly that I think that this smells wrong. And I know that sounds weird or something, but look, well, I think maybe what ThreadGirl might have been trying to say is like, imagine that you had like appeased your customers and you're this centralized exchange and you're like, oh, we're going to provide like a self-custody wallet solution. Hey, it's really cool, right? And then they phase it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's interesting. Like, I get it that maybe just maintenance on it and handling support ticket items or whatever as a centralized exchange. But I think this is more about compliance. I think this is a hard thing to keep compliance on. And I think they just don't want to say that. So they're saying, oh, it's
You don't
because
think
of
XRP is compliant?
No, I'm saying it's hard for Coinbase to have to deal with the fiduciary compliance aspect as a centralized exchange with centralized wallets. So they're trying to reduce their exposure on other blockchains so they can limit the complexity of that compliance to just Ethereum and Bitcoin, maybe, or whatever they have remaining. Because it looks like they purged Stellar, Lumen, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, and Ripple. So it's a lot of market cap that they purge. I mean, XRP alone is like 50.
I mean,
50 billion right now.
So this isn't from the Coinbase exchange. This is from the Coinbase wallet,
Right,
which is
exactly.
similar to MetaMask.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They don't want. This is a risk for them, right? For Coinbase, I mean, I've owned Coinbase stock. It's a very, very big liability for them to have.
Coinbase is centralized, but my understanding is that if you have a Coinbase wallet, it's not. I mean, your Coinbase wallet's not centralized.
Exactly. I've used both, Gary, just to let
Yeah.
you know where I'm coming from. I'm familiar, like intimately familiar with.
I mean, it sounds like to me like they're just not gonna, because they're saying, what are they saying here? They're saying that this doesn't mean your assets are going to be lost, said the announcement. Any unsupported asset that you hold is still going to be tied to your address and accessible through your Coinbase wallet recovery phrase. So
you can take that to any other wallet and you can access it. So there's no issue there. I'm going to go difference of opinion. This is a great business decision. Good on them. This is normal. This is terrific.
This is going to allow them to develop more for Ethereum, right?
Thread Girl disagrees.
Yeah, I totally disagree because, bro, okay, first of all, let me tell you something. I like, how can I say gambler in a nice way? I'm a trader. I like to trade shitcoins. No, I don't trade them. I'm a fucking gambler. Okay, I fucking like shitcoins, right? And if you know anything about shitcoins, you would know that Ethereum Classic, fucking XRP, whatever Stellar, they're not legit shitcoins, right? They're not like the standards of shit coins. So if you want to go ahead and ban some shit, ban actual shit coins that are worth fucking zero right now, and not those because they have low usage. Low usage. Do you know what low usage? Low usage means like fucking rugged into hell, in my opinion. Okay, and like it doesn't make sense, not because they're obviously because they're removing those, right? Because I don't like centralized, and this like screams centralized more than they are already centralized. But like take out the shit that is actual shit. You know, I know a lot of people still investing in a lot of coins that are mentioned here. I know I am, so it doesn't make any sense. I personally don't use fucking Coinbase anyway, so I don't give a shit. But yeah, man, like XRP, Stellar,
But
Ethereum
this is
Classic, like what the fuck? What the fuck? Like have they ever seen actual shitcoins and how actual low usage actual shitcoins get after 2 hours when they start? Like this is actual low usage. 0.4 isn't low usage. $20 isn't low usage. Fucking $114 or
What they're saying
0.09.
with low users to me means like people who are using their app for that blockchain, right? Because it's like a whole other blockchain that they're, you know, when their developers need to support. So instead of just having like more Ethereum developers with ERC20 tokens, and they probably want to like focus more on like Solana or whatever is like hot. I don't even know. They have to have different engineers or engineers that instead of working on, you know, updating the wallet code for just the, you know, Ethereum and Bitcoin chains, they also have to do it for the Stellar chain and the Bitcoin Cash chain and the Ethereum Classic chain and the XRP, you know, chain,
Yeah,
Ripple
but
chain.
that's just fucking lazy and avoiding the actual problem. Like push more fucking marketing or get your devs to work instead of like Xing on shit that you don't want to work on. And this is how things crash, bro. Things crash because they don't want to put people into work and they would rather shut off things instead of applying to a bigger audience, man. To be honest, it's like what's
But
the
it,
market cap of Ethereum Classic?
but I
Let's
mean,
look at the market cap and tell me how much slow usage is that.
but aren't these zombie chains, right? Like, as in, people might be using them to speculate, and that's one thing. But the market also decides, you know, where people are going to put their money and where businesses are going to commit their time. So these, to me, are zombie chains. Now, someone will dispute that, and they'll probably have good reasons why they're not, certainly comparable to other things. But what are these things? What? Anyone ever heard of these? Oh, I have, obviously, but to me, these are zombie. These are zombie chains, and this is a business decision, which is, you know what? This is more hassle than it's valuable. We're not taking anything from you. We're letting you know that anyone else that wants to develop on this, anyone else that wants to host these, i.e., not host, anyone that wants to support these, they can do it. Go to another wallet. We've just worked out it's not our core business users, and I think the market also says it's time to move on. You know, Ethereum Classic, to me, why is it still here? Why is it still here? The market has basically decided we don't care about this project. I don't think there's devs around that care about this project. There are some, but who cares? No, we don't need to support this. I want the dev, as Gary mentioned,
Okay,
I want the dev focusing
wait,
more
wait.
time on ENS integration. There's the you know, Coinbase came out, I think, earlier this week and said they're going to put some more. They are going to push out the .eth identities.
Ooh, wait,
And
I
so
want to see that. Tag me in that.
yeah,
DM me that.
I'll stop
We
talking,
should
go
be,
find
we
it,
should be talking
and
about that today.
Thread Girl can tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, quick. Wait, I'm just
And
jumping.
no, no,
A
no.
quick on
Before
Ethereum
you stop
Classic, a
talking,
zombie chain.
184.
Not
No,
cool.
yeah,
Not
Novax.
cool.
Wait. 184. Before you stop talking, look at me. Look at me, that in the eyes, man. You say, yeah, okay, maybe some people care about this, but like we don't. We're free to do whatever we want. We don't need to put people into work on this. But man, we're advertising decentralized every day, all day, 24/7, and then we go say, yo, it's okay if they do this. Man, that's like pushing centralized into a whole different thing, man. And that's like, I'm okay with some shit being centralized. I know it's gonna, like, it is what it is, right? But if I see them like push it even more, no, we should like object that, right? We should say, no, what you're doing is totally not Web3. Okay, you came in here, you're centralized, we're okay with you, but you're pushing this like into a different dimension and it's not okay. You know what I mean?
Ripple is the number 7 by market capitalization cryptocurrency. Now, granted, just to be clear for any of the listeners who may not be aware of the nuances here, Coinbase is a centralized cryptocurrency exchange, and Coinbase is a custodial as a CEX, as a CEX centralized exchange, they're a custodial platform where, you know, if you lose your password or whatever, you can get back in because they can help you do it. And
That's not what we're talking about here, though.
Yeah. I'm differentiating that from, and I'm not sure if everyone here is aware of it as well. But Coinbase, yes, Gary. Do you want to explain the nuance? The self custody option within the Coinbase wallet is much like MetaMask, in which you are self custodying. You know, you are holding the keys, and so I believe that you know, Coinbase was hemorrhaging at some point in their perception from the DeFi community, from the surge of the summer of DeFi. And they said, what can we do to like regain some of the enthusiasm from these DeFi people who are now valuing, you know, not your keys, not your coins. And so they introduced the Coinbase, you know, self-custody wallet, the Coinbase wallet option. And I think they're kind of, this is a sign to me that they're backpedaling on that they're using the smoke screen or the excuse or the reason or whatever that there's not a lot of usage. And there probably isn't a lot of usage. People who want to self-custody, they want a self-custody. They don't want a Coinbase self-custody. So I think they've discovered that there's no market.
That's a good point right there. Is like somebody that's smart enough to self-custody. Why the hell would you use the Coinbase self-custody wallet out of all the wallets to use? I mean, that's my big thing. But, you know, I mean, and also like in terms of these market caps, yeah, 40 billion Ripple. Last thing, just imagine that 40 billion Ripple being all in Ethereum. Imagine taking this 2 billion, adding that to Ethereum. Imagine taking this 2 billion and adding it to ENS. Just like moving his money around. But you know, I mean, if you know the users have control, the users have the keys to their wallets, the users will be able to re-import their, you know, yeah, they got to take their money and move it to a new chain, move it to a new wallet, or re-import their wallets to a new wallet. And if those communities are strong, then those communities will rebuild, you know, from this loss. But
Gary, can I just phrase a question to 184, because I think he's more intelligent than I am on this topic, and I want to get his opinion.
Yeah.
So what you just said right now about imagine all this money moving from here to there, right? Imagine the market capitalization of $50 billion of Ripple going into ETH. Well, when you think about that, you think of it in a very one-to-one sort of a way. You kind of think to yourself, okay, 50 billion here, 50 billion there, boom. Well, I'm thinking of it in real terms, and I wanted to ask 184 what he thinks because I imagine there's like a graph that would explain this process. But as you liquidate 50 billion, let's say the community says we want ETH, we're going to slowly, you know, we sell off as quick as possible as it happens. And the sell-off will not generate $50 billion in market cap for Ethereum because of the exponential, like logarithmic price or decrease as it's sold off. So I'm really curious about that from the perspective of market cap. Like, let's say there's $50 billion of market cap in one coin, and you think the coin's going to fail over a short term, a slow period of time. It'll kind of diminish to almost nothing. How much of the present market cap do you think actually escapes into the other another currency like ETH in this case?
So I'm going to say three things. The first one is, I think it's Naval Ravikant, or it's Balaji, that gives a great little example about, you know, order books essentially, and uses the example of selling orange juice and the effect on selling in bulk and what that will do with price. So maybe I'll find that and maybe I'll link it before the end of the show. But the best example is, let's look at FTX, FTT token. The answer is it's worth nothing. So if they're going to hemorrhage, if it's not worth anything, if it's a zombie chain, you know, it's floating based on speculation, not much else. And if it's going to drop and move elsewhere, it could drop, you know, over time. But I would just expect these things drop to nothing. Like, we're going to have another bear market, or this prolonged bear market, and we're going to find more and more purges. So the answer to the question, there is no clear answer. But if we look at one extreme, it's the FTT scenario, which is it's worth zero. And the other outcome is, yeah, there's probably 30, 50, you know, 90. Let's use the 90% loss potential, because that's what we get in bear markets. when everyone sells off. 80 and 90% losses. So that would be my take on it. And I'm still looking for the Coinbase thing. And I will also try and find the Naval's comment that sort of talks
Cool.
about order box. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, moving on, we have Sam Bankman-Fried in the news because he's being called to an FTX hearing.
Yo, fried.
Not by the United States.
Because he fried all our assets. Sam Bankman-Fried all our assets.
Yeah, he scam something fried. Yeah. Yeah, so he's being called to an FTX hearing, not by the United States government, not by the United States federal regulators. No, by Texas state securities regulator. Since they've been investigating the FTX since October, which is, I think, before all this fiasco happened, right? Yeah, and so this is going to be a February 2nd hearing. Texas, from a Texas regulator, on unregistered securities products through its yield-bearing services. This is via the Texas State Securities Board, TSSB. What are they doing? Accusing SBF of securities violations in Texas. And long story short, they suggested the proceedings could be conducted over Zoom.
Bro, please, I so want to talk about this. Okay, hear me out. I know shit about how the USA government works or why it's in Texas, not in the a USA thing or whatever. Okay, I know shit about that. Fine. But this dude, he runs I don't know how many people, and he's still living his life, doing his thing. And then on the other hand, you have the person who wrote a fucking code, right? He wrote code lines for Tornado Cash, and he gets in the same second they get him, he's arrested, and the deal is done and over with. And this is ongoing and ongoing. And I heard today, I read today that Sam was he was donating money for both sides of the government, right? Republicans and how do you call that?
Democrats.
Yeah, for Republicans and Democrats, but he was giving money for Democrats above the table, but for Republicans under the table, because that would bring so much controversy and issues and shit like that. And that was literally 2 to 3 weeks before they announced bankruptcy, man. That's if there's any wait. If there's any definition of bribe, that would be it. If there's any definition, if bribe had a definition, that would be it, man. You donating money for fucking campaigns 2 to 3 weeks before you announce bankruptcy. What the fuck is that shit? And then till this day, nothing happened to him. And trust me, Gary, and we're gonna look back, right? We're gonna look back on this video. I don't know, man, a year, 2 years, 5 years from now, nothing is gonna happen to Sam. Absolutely fucking nothing is gonna happen to him. And mark my words.
I'll bet you an ENS, Maxi.
You're on. You're on.
Well, are you saying, Greg, nothing will happen to him? Are you saying literally nothing? And you're willing to wager
Bro,
that?
I'm saying would get like 2-3 months of fucking prison time, which is like, what the fuck is 2-3 months prison time, right? And but like
Threat Girl
nothing
serves that once a year. That ain't nothing.
no, I have friends who did so
That's
like
where
yeah,
Thread Girl really went in my head. She was
listen,
locked up.
I don't want to go too
really.
far into it, but I do think that there's a lot of crazy people in the world, and I don't know, karma and just justice is like weird out here and take things into their own hands, and that's why I just like I don't know. Sometimes it's just I'm just gonna sit back and watch it play out, but I know a lot of people got hurt, and I know a lot of people are unhappy. So we will see though. I'm not against what you're saying though. I see your point.
I'm gonna go back again to my topic, okay? Fucking centralized exchanges are literal banks, right? They're banks, but instead of dealing with tangible currency, they're dealing with cryptocurrency. That's how I see it. That's how it fucking is. And bro, literally, banks can rug you any time of the day, right? Because you can
And
just wake up one
Bankmen's.
day, huh?
I said banks and Bankmen's because
Yeah,
his name's
yeah,
Sam
bro.
Bankman.
Fucking his name is that. Like how obvious that was.
The
But
writing was
anyway,
on the wall.
No,
for
no,
real,
we
the
should.
writing
My
was
thoughts
on the
on that.
7%.
ID.
You should
The
simmer on
writing
that for a
was
minute because
wait,
what
wait,
Thread
wait.
Girl
The writing
you just
was
said.
on the ID, man. I saw a meme, like bunch of lizards, and they were saying, "Oh, let's call him something."
We'll name him Bankman. Yeah.
Call him Bankman.
That
And they
was
were like,
crazy.
It will be funny.
Gwena, you saw that, right? Gwena, you
yeah,
saw that?
yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen the
that
same
was
one.
insane.
The matrix is
But
broken.
for
The
real,
simulation is broken.
yeah,
Seriously.
it is. And listen, you guys, I swear on God, I saw the exact same thing happen in real life in front of me in a fucking real bank. And what's centralized exchanges? It's fucking real banks instead of dealing with tangible money, they're dealing with cryptocurrency. They can fucking rug you anytime, right? But those people, they're not doing this because, oh my God, they messed up. Man, don't you ever believe that anyone who has enough money, they're stupid. Like we try to say, oh, he's stupid, he's so dumb. He could have made billions out of trading because he's already seeing how we're trading and he has the upper hand. And this, when you think that your opponent is stupid, that's like you lost. You lost. Okay? In my opinion, those people are the smartest people. And he didn't do this out of nothing, right? And he wouldn't dare to do this if he didn't have a back, which is a network back and the net worth bank and the fucking net intelligence back, right? Gary, what we talked about earlier. Um, and yeah, I'm telling you, Novax, yeah, he's gonna get some kind of sentence just so the people relax. And we have a fucking memory of a fucking goldfish. We forget too easily, right? In 2 months, if he get a free out of jail card, I bet you no one is gonna remember
No,
this
listen,
because
I don't
they're
know,
gonna
Thread
move
Girl.
on to the next
I don't know.
thing.
I don't know, Thread Girl. I mean, there's no possible way that anybody will forget this, not unless there's a major sports event, not unless the news changes the topic, not unless there's something else that's major in the news where we're suddenly distracted because of a health situation. from some new animal.
Fuck yeah.
You know, or
Fuck
maybe we
yeah.
start getting into the fight about the digital passport, or maybe shit, I shouldn't say that.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah, yeah, guys, that's okay. Stream's over.
Even the animal thing was a little far for YouTube, I think.
You just have to speak
Yeah,
favorably about
man.
it. You just have to be like, I love to be chipped
This
and
was
tagged.
if anyone does watch this,
my
this is
favorite.
just a hypothetical based on a storyline, and this is in no way like real, and anything that's like, you know, was said that's not true. It's not true.
Say non-financial advice.
Not well. I mean, of course, not financial advice, and don't believe the fake news. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know. That's another phrase I can't say. But yeah, man, YouTube's crazy. Yeah, YouTube's crazy. It's like it's so much fun because I just want to get into the edges of it all. You know what I mean? And I just want to like dive into the deep end. I don't want to just like be a powder puff news piece and be like, oh, and this is the news today. It's you know, I want to be like the if I'm gonna do propaganda news, I want to do it so outrageously, right? That, you know, just like, you know, I just want to be like, and maybe that'd be fun. I sort of want to do an improv class, and you know, try to like play like some of those improvs and some of those actings. But we just be like, in the latest news, Sam Bankman-Fried, who, you know, has done so much helping Democrats and helping politics, you know, and is, you know, a young, you know, entrepreneur who a lot of people could look up to. You know, yeah, this was unfortunate that, you know, he was using customer funds, but it's hard to know that when you're on as many amphetamines as he is, which did have a doctor's prescription, you know, and we shouldn't be shaming people because they're doing, you know, like neurodivergence is like a perfectly legitimate thing, even though, you know, all those amphetamines that from the drugs that he was doing, like they were talking about it on the Joe Rogan show, it increases both sexual appetite and the desire for and the desire for gambling.
Dude has been reduced to like this animalistic state through like a pharmaceutically induced.
Bro.
Are we in the after show already?
No. But one second, Gary, man, like you're joking around saying.
Oh no,
like,
I wasn't joking.
Do this.
Totally
This
Totally
is
serious.
nothing comparing. This is literally nothing comparing to what legit the mainstream media is saying. Fucking whatever their name is, they were saying Caroline, the queen of crypto, lover of Harry Potter, the one who like they made her the queen of the
There is so
fucking
much
throne.
content for the after show about that. Like we went over it. I think Gwayman and 184 was there. We went over it a little bit in one of those early shows, man. There is so much conspiracy content there. I like people don't even know what I know. Like I go over shit, people are like, what? Like people that know everything, like I go over some of those details that are like that rabbit hole is so deep. Like all the shit that people are talking about, and there's like, I mean, there's just a lot of pins in the corkboard of this whole situation. Let's just say that.
Gary, okay, for everyone who's watching right now, come to the after show. I'm gonna tell you a real IRL, like fucking on the time conspiracy theories of how the fucking mainstream media pushes things of things like I'm on the ground and I'm seeing in my own eyes some shit happen, and then like later that night or after 6 hours I come home and I'm watching the news and I'm seeing like a whole different scenario being cooked by the mainstream media. I swear I'm gonna talk about this, guys. Remind me. I would really want to talk about this.
Everybody's talking about it, but everybody's talking
Yeah.
about it. Everybody clearly sees like the contrast between how they're treating this, right? It's like, I don't know. I mean, I like to say that I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. And I think it's like the market can be irrational longer than you can stay solvent. I think politics can be irrational longer than we could be like sane or like politically solvent, you know. And
Guys, let me ask you one
the
more
secret
thing.
to change is about building the new, not about destroying the old. So I'm not interested in destroying any of the old systems because that's going to take away from my life force. I'm only interested in building the new and building it with people.
Okay, let me
I think
ask you
there's
one more thing before like we go to the after show or whatever. But I want to hear each one's opinion of this. Do you think there is a like huge connection between Web3 and politics, or you don't? Gary, what do you think?
Is there 3 in politics?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, huge. What's huge mean?
huge, like a small connection, like they're
Large.
literally one and the same.
Big.
I mean, like when Bitcoin, I mean, it all started like long ago. It all started with Bitcoin, right? In a dark and stormy night or something, there was Bitcoin, and then basically after Bitcoin came Ethereum, and then after Ethereum came basically like DeFi and Web3. And so with those 3 things, you have these 3 main pillars. You have the Bitcoin pillar, you have the Ethereum pillar because it has smart contracts, and then you have the DeFi and Web3. And then you start getting a lot of rich people, and then once you have a lot of rich people, then those rich people start grouping together, and there's lots of constituents of rich people. Okay. You have rich people that are cypherpunks, and then you have rich people that are mainstream traditional financial folk. And both of them, independently and together, there's Venn diagrams, they're creating lobbying groups. And someone's creating their own lobbying group, and they're donating to lobbying groups, and they're hiring lobbying groups to do lobbying for them. I mean, let's just be real. If I had 1,000 Bitcoin, I had a business, you know what I mean, or something like, I mean, you work together and you pay money and you get shit done, and in America, there's there's groups that are legal, and you give them money, and then they create emails and literature and they send it to politicians, and they legally connect with those politicians in ways that are regulated to share information with those politicians about your cause. Because that's how our government works here. It's just if you have more money, then you get to get more time because you have more boots on the ground. And
are you trying to bait me into a lobby 3 shill right now because
no, we get no, but I'm just saying, like, yeah. And so as there's more rich people, then those rich people are buying into Bitcoin, and their kids are telling themselves about Bitcoin. Then it just money becomes politics. Money becomes politics. Money becomes culture. Money becomes influence. Money becomes business.
Exactly.
And so
money becomes.
Yeah, and so like I don't think we got to really. I mean, yeah, we got to worry about it, but we don't have to worry about like the government's totally making Bitcoin illegal, because the governments need their own escape route. The governments need their own escape hatch. The governments want to take their government money and turn it into Bitcoin. And some of them are doing, like there's illegal ways and there's legal ways. And then there's influence. And then we see that, right? That's exactly what we're seeing in America on both ends, right? On the shady end, we see FTX and the donations and the loss of money. And now there's like $6 billion. They can't even account for it. But then we see it on the other, like legit end, when we have like people like Cynthia Lumens and the senator of the great state of Wyoming. Each of the states have 2 senators, and and she's like, you know, not really a Bitcoin maximalist. She's like sort of like a Bitcoin maximalist, but she's open to the technology. And Wyoming is like a really progressive state, and she's working with like really smart leaders like Caitlin Long of Avanti Bank, and super pro crypto, pro self like sovereignty, super anti rehypothecation. I don't know if you guys know what rehypothecation is, but basically the bank that like in like BlockFi, right? Like you have a Bitcoin and you give your Bitcoin to BlockFi and that's your Bitcoin, right? And BlockFi is holding it for you. BlockFi takes that Bitcoin, and this shit happens with stocks and houses. Like if you own a house, this is probably happening with your house. BlockFi takes that one Bitcoin and they loan it out to 5 different people. And so there's you that owns a Bitcoin, you're lending it to BlockFi. BlockFi lends it out to 5 different people. That's like rehypothecation. That's like 6 Bitcoin for the realness of 1 Bitcoin. And
that's fucking banking.
Yeah. And if shit hits the fan, then the people that were loaned that Bitcoin out, like they have more claim to that Bitcoin than you have claim to that Bitcoin. They have more claim to that house than you have claim to that house. And so there's like that Bitcoin has a unique serial number, private key associated with it. It goes to the court because there's like real courts in bankruptcy because people are bound by laws. And then the court looks at that Bitcoin or that house or that asset and they figure out who does it belong to. And so that's what rehypothecation, basically. I might be getting it a little bit wrong. But
I just looked it up, Gary. That's what it's called. And it's such a bullshit.
It's illegal. Last thing, I know it's so horrible. But the rehypothecation, which is bullshit, it's bad. It's kind of bad. It's like leverage. The rehypothecation is illegal for Bitcoin. It's in cryptocurrency. It's illegal in Wyoming. And so when the leaders of BlockFi were talking with Caitlin Long, and Caitlin Long educated them that rehypothecation is illegal in Wyoming, BlockFi stopped doing business in Wyoming. That was a while back. And so none of those people in Wyoming got hurt by BlockFi because they couldn't do shilly bad stuff. What's up, Thread Girl? Are you frozen?
Bro, no. Definitely not frozen. But I really wanted to comment on 2 things you said. First of all, what you're talking about, like, a lot of people own that Bitcoin, but that's fucking banking 101, like legit. That's loaning monetary system 101. And
it's the definition of a Ponzi scheme also happens.
Yeah. Ponzi scheme, banking Ponzi scheme for you.
My dad calls it robbing Peter to pay Paul.
What?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's the saying. You know, that's what my dad uses. He said, "You're robbing Peter to pay Paul."
But you're actually robbing Peter and Paul.
And Kenny. And Kenny didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Gwayman didn't even know about it.
How did Kenny get in here? Was Kenny one of the 13th disciple? I don't remember Kenny being in there.
Bro, for real. This is exactly it. And 2 more things. Like you're saying, Gary, that the government always needs like route to work on or whatever. But man, the establishments or the governments or whatever you're gonna call them, they're hitting crypto as, you can launder money because of it. You've been fucking laundering money since the beginning of time through fucking banks. That's why you created banks in the first place. And second of all, shit. Sorry, my someone knocked on the door. So.
Hey, Thread, can I cut you off? Can I cut you off for just 2 seconds?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I own cryptolaundering.eth, and it was a good time to chill. So go ahead.
Bro, that's a great time to chill it, to be honest.
This
And it's a
thread girl
great one
moment brought to you by crypto
because
laundering
this is
hobby.
exactly what's happening. It's fucking crypto laundering by the establishment. They used to money launder. Now they crypto launder. And oh, okay, back to you, Gary. So uh, yeah, that FTX thing, man, there are two things I believe in to my deep core. The first thing is that um, whenever the whole media or the government wants you to look at something, that means that something on the other way is being cooked. And I feel that all the attention we're putting at FTX and the whole situation happening on the centralized exchange, there's something on the other side that is much bigger, much more influential, that really digs a fucking hole into the whole Web3 that is being cooked. And that's when the strategy of every government since the fucking dark ages, okay?
It's
And
the
second
ENS
of all,
Maxi rocket.
like, yeah, that
Well,
too,
let
that
me let
too.
me let
And
me let
second
me
of
jump
all,
in. Well, okay, let go do the second of
yeah,
all. Then I gotta give you some alpha.
okay. Second of all, I don't feel like I like as I was saying earlier, right? These are not stupid people we're dealing with, whether Sam or the establishment or whatever. And if I'm saying Sam, it's not stupid, bro. Definitely, the government is not stupid, and they wouldn't be like bankrolling money through channels through FTX and would allow that to get exposed in the first place or to allow that to get jeopardized in the first place if they were really interested in it and they were really like this was their channel to launder money or whatever, they wouldn't even allow this to get bankrupt in the first place. And trust me, Sam would be a fucking pawn in it, not a player who's gambling his money to like have sex in a villa with 18 people on drugs. But the point is that but and again, in my opinion, bro, call me conspiracy theorist. I've seen a lot of shit in my life that makes me a fucking conspiracy
Well,
theorist.
let's talk about
Uh,
it. Let's talk about it. I want to talk about it, but I
In
want to
the
talk about it in
after
the
show.
after show. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I'm gonna
So
tell
with
you a
that,
lot of
yeah,
shit,
and
Gary, in the after
I'm
show.
also going to share with you the information that I found out about the ENS Maxis. I have information.
Oh, that's a big tease.
Now that's
Yep, that's
something I
a
want to hear
that's a
about.
big tease. So
Wait, tweet it.
let's just say I am going to, if you want to send physical mail to the ENS Maxis team,
Australia. It's
I am. It's
Australia.
not. It's not Australia.
New Zealand.
I am gonna show you how to send professional
Yes.
business mail because you can't be like doing illegal shit.
Is it Ohio?
I'm gonna be sending you. If it was Ohio, then we'd think it's Quayman. I'm going to, and I'm not saying
Gary,
if it is or isn't Ohio because you guys we could run out of states after a while here. So if you have to get an important, like say you have to serve them paperwork, I'm gonna show you how to send that letter to send that letter to the ENS Maxis team.
Cool.
Yep.
Kind of sweating over
Gary,
here.
the enemy,
You got nothing to,
the
unless you're the ENS
the
Maxis team, you got nothing to worry about it. I don't know if you're showing up to the after show, Gway man, and if you're not showing up to the after show, I hope you get a membership because the only way to get into the after show
Gary,
is to purchase. What's
Gary,
up, drug
DM
girl?
me the after show link. I want to tweet it.
The after show link? Yeah, I'll give it. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
DM me.
It's
Yeah,
basically
the
just mintingcoins.com
Yeah, the
thread girl
after-
because people would need to
No,
sign
no,
up
I'm
for
gonna get her the exact link.
for us to
No,
join.
I want to
No,
tweet
for
the-
anybody to join. I'm gonna give you the exact link for anybody to join.
You guys are trying to get a crowd in here before exposing me.
Yeah. So I mean, you're
by
not
the
you're
way,
not the
I'm
NS
getting
Maxis team. We're not
DMs.
exposing you. We're exposing the address where you could send mail. So let's see here. So Thread Girl, it takes me a second to get it all together. Because we're like early in the stages of our YouTube comeback. And actually I can give you the URL now.
What does that say, Thread?
I think she rugged.
She said too much.
She's trying to. She's crying out for help with this message.
She's kind of here.
I'm
So how
saying
can
I'm
you get involved in the
I'm
after
getting
show
DMs.
here?
I'm down for
I'm
the
down
after
for
show.
the after show.
Who is that? Is that the Maxis?
Yeah, no, like people from the Maxis, like holders of Maxis are DMing me, right?
All right, so I'm gonna put it. I'm putting the URL in the comments.
Shit ton of
I just got like really
Yeah.
fucking tired.
Yo, it's all those wonderful bowls you've been smoking, I'm sure, my bro. Are you able to are you guys able to get into the after show and blaze some with us? Anyone wanna get some drinks, roll up a doobie? Like, let's make the after show a little party.
Are we still live? Is this still YouTube?
Yeah, we're on YouTube right now.
This is not financial advice.
Or helpful.
All right. So we're gonna kill the stream. I mean, because this shit is a lot of fun, and I can't. I mean, if it's this much fun now, I can't wait till like things are really popping. But I shared the after show link in both the public and the private chat here, and it's not a published URL yet. So maybe I can publish it now, and then I'll just add. Yeah, I'll publish it now. Should I do that?
Bro, DM it to me, please, because I can't copy it from here to Twitter.
Okay, yeah. So
Who is that on
all right, try clicking the link now, and let me know if what it looks like for you. I mean, I could do it in a different window.
For the private chat.
It works. There's just no video button. It's like the page works now, where it was 404 before, but there's nothing that I can click on to start.
There's no paywall on it.
Well, I'm logged in, so I'll have to log out.
You don't count. You're a member.
Yeah.
There's a paywall for me, Gary.
Okay, good.
Or at least not a paywall, but a login request at least. So I'm sure
Okay.
that's one and the same.
Okay, login. Okay, yeah, I got like some little fine details to do. If in that experience, right? Like I got to make sure I put like a paywall page there. It's a lot of, you guys understand, a lot of details everywhere to try to get everything going all at once. Cool, yeah. So really ad hoc show. Kind of a super hot mess.
Yo, guys. My brother.
Thread girl, I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Wait,
Nice
180.
upgrade,
First of all, Gwayman, stop flexing your imaginary house.
All right, guys, I'm calling it. I'm
Stop
killing the show, and then
flexing
I gotta like
your
get set up for the
imaginary
next
house.
show.
And
Yeah.
guys, my button for the after show. Listen.
Swagger goes, hang on 1 second.
My brother.
I'm the couch, bro. I'm the couch.
My brother is coming for the after show.
Yeah, we met your brother before on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
Cool.
hosting again, Gary. It's good to see everyone. You want a quick one sentence around the around the room? Goodbyes.
Yeah. Let's do a quick goodbye. And where can people find more about you? 184?
184.8. Bye.
Novax?
N0VAX and on Twitter at N0VAX NFT. Find me there.
Gwayman?
At Gwayman_ETH, or you could type in Gwayman.eth. Don't type in at Gwayman because this one guy with like a bad selfie pops up. And then yeah, 6912.eth also works.
No, I'm interested. Thread Girl?
Yo,
Where can people find more about you?
getting it all, I think. Am I getting it all?
All right. Well, she's
Okay,
Thread Girl.
at threadgirl.es. Follow me on Twitter if you want to know more about like the cave life.
All right, I'm Gary Palmer Jr.eth, Gary Palmer Jr. everywhere at Gary Palmer Jr. Like this video, comment in this video, become a member, subscribe, become a member at mintingcoins.com, and get exclusive content, exclusive members videos, which we're about to record one right now and see how crazy it gets without there being whiskey involved, at least on some of our ends. And yeah, until next time, I'm glad that together we're minting coins.